the country are getting a little nip tuck, all while keeping it from their spouses.
That's right. It's estimated that more than half of patients who receive treatments hide it from their partners. I'm shocked.
Yeah, here to discuss this cosmetic infidelity is plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Yoon and a patient who's been keeping her treatments a secret. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
So we'll start with you. I mean, is this more and more of a trend? Obviously, you're not doing big procedures like breast lifts and things like that take recovery time, right?
Well, we are too. But yeah, it is true that there is this trend that spouses and partners are keeping plastic surgery from their significant others. And quite often it's Botox. I mean, Botox is the most popular treatment in the world. According to the Aesthetic Society, last year nearly 5 million people had Botox injections.
Wow.
So it's very easy to hide Botox injections of fillers like Juvederm and Voluma, that type of thing. But even surgery. You know, I've operated on people that have hidden their facelifts from their spouses, even though their spouses come home a few days later.
How is that possible with bruising and everything?
Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of men are clueless to how their partners look. And so I've had patients, women who've had facelifts, they've had their eyelids done, had Botox, they've had Juvederm, and still partners have no idea.
I've heard of not noticing your wife's new haircut and getting in trouble, but not noticing the facelift.
Yeah.
Do patients occasionally tell you that they're not going to reveal this? And if so, are there ways that you do a procedure to make it harder to tell that it's been done?
Yeah, so definitely they tell me all the time, you know, my spouse doesn't know about this. There are things that we do, so we'll, let's say, inject Botox and fillers later on in the day so that maybe if they don't see their spouse that evening, by the next morning, they look great.
Wow.
A lot of times they also hide it by how they spend the money. So they'll pay with cash, or they'll put part of it on cash, part of it on credit card. A lot of couples will have, say, a certain amount of money, $100, $200, where if you spend over that, it's a little bit of a red flag. The spouse will find out. So they'll keep that money underneath that, and they'll pay in installment and hide it down.
Jill's laughing right now.
That's my
Jill.
story. Absolutely.
Yeah, so
I have an envelope.
Why did you hide it from your spouse?
He has this notion in his head that Botox is bad.
Oh, okay.
That's really the notion. He now knows. Today he knows.
Well,
As of this point in my life, he knows. But if I started 2 years ago, I would, I work a little. I get a birthday present. I would put a little away, and I would have it done. And he never knew I had it done.
So it wasn't a monetary issue with you guys. It was more that he just thought, it's bad.
It was a combination. It's like I have 3 children. You want to get this for your child and that for your child, and who am I to be, doing this for myself?
Right.
But I wanted it.
Did you get Botox? Did you get fillers?
Botox.
What did you do? Like forehead or what was that?
Yeah, forehead, like by my eyes.
And he had
And
no
he didn't
idea.
notice.
He didn't notice, and I have to tell you, last time I had a bruise right here, and he didn't notice.
Guys.
And he loves me.
We have a patient here with us today who's going to get her very first treatment.
Yeah,
and she's hoping her husband doesn't see the
watch the
segment
show.
because she's going to keep it quiet. So we're going to move over and you're going to actually do the Botox right here for us.
Sounds good.
It'd be great. I've never seen
This is gonna be
Botox done
interesting.
live, so this will be our chance to see it.
All right.
All right, Elisa, you ready to go?
I am.
See, look at her. She doesn't need plastic surgery of any
I
kind.
heard you're celebrating a milestone birthday. Is that a reason why you decided to do this?
It definitely is, yeah.
What does the husband feel about Botox and sort of surgeries?
I think he just thinks I wake up with makeup on and look like this naturally. So, yeah, so he's kind of iffy about it.
So you're not planning to tell him about this at all?
Not until he sees this, no.
Not until he sees it. And a lot of this is about just feeling good about yourself. So it's not about whether we think you need it. It's really about you wanting to feel as good as you feel.
Exactly.
All right. All right.
Ready?
Dr. Yoon, show us.
All
Here we
right.
go.
So I'm going to have you just stay nice and still. You're going to feel just a couple quick little pokes.
And Jill, is this reminiscent for you?
I actually did it lying down once. And
Did you?
sitting up one time, yep.
Did you have the crow's feet done as well?
That's one.
Boy, that was just that easy.
Very simple.
Either Elise is incredibly brave or it's not that painful.
I think she's
not
Maybe
down
just
with
a little
needles
pressure
either.
right there.
Okay.
Okay.
If I were
The other
if
side.
I were better with needles, I would consider.
We need to do a segment where you...
But people just go in during lunch and do this, and they're done, what, in like an hour?
Oh, 10 minutes. 10 minutes tops. Yeah, and if you're thinking about doing it, the most important thing is you want to make sure that it's a board-certified dermatologist or plastic surgeon.
Right.
Go to BotoxCosmetic.com or go to surgery.org. These are 2 websites you can find a good practitioner. You don't want to do this necessarily in a med spa or, gosh forbid,
Right.
somebody's back room.
Right.
This is something you want to do in an accredited center.
Legit.
Exactly.
Elise, how did it feel? How are you feeling?
It really wasn't that bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I was more nervous than anything, but it was fine.
How
Are
long
the
did-
nerves gone now that it's been done?
But yeah.
How long does the results take to kick in? Like, when does it?
It can take a few days. So it does take a few days. It does last about 3 to 4 months. So for those people who are kind of nervous about it, I mean, there are a lot of people who really don't know a lot about Botox,
Right.
and they're wanting to learn more. Literally, the results last 3 to 4 months. If you don't like it, it wears off.
Right,
You know,
that's the
it's
good
gone.
part.
So that's the good thing. The bad thing is if you do like it, you got to
Gotta
do
keep
it.
going.
You gotta have it. You gotta have
That's where the addiction comes in.
Dr. Yoon, thank you so much for coming in. Ladies, thanks for coming in and sharing your stories. We really appreciate it. It looks great, by the way.
it. Yeah, I think she's gonna be happy with the
It'll
results.
be fine.